Are you ready to have your website get found by the right people? Are you looking to rank at the top of Google so you get more traffic to your website? Are you ready to learn how to use SEO and content marketing to grow your organic traffic? If so, you are in the right place, my friend. Welcome to the Simple SEO Content Podcast. Hi there, welcome back to the podcast. Today, I want to share with you a very easy starter SEO plan that will work for you for both Google and ChatGPT or any other AI search engine. So follow this plan and it is going to help you increase your visibility in traditional Google search, Google AI, so AI overviews in AI mode, ChatGPT, Perplexity, basically anywhere that your ideal customer is searching using a search engine. So I know sometimes SEO can feel a little overwhelming. It can feel a little hard. Maybe you're worried about it. And I want you to really understand that there's no reason to panic. I'm going to walk you through this. So it's a really simple, straightforward plan that'll help you get started today. What I want you to do, number one, is start by thinking about your content. What content are you creating? What blog posts are you writing? What are you creating for your ideal customer? Because remember, at the heart, at the core of everything that we do from a search standpoint is helping the search engines understand our content so that they want to show it to people. So it's all about getting visibility for the blog posts, the podcast episodes, etc. that you're creating. So I want you to start by being very strategic. Who are you helping? Who is your ideal customer? What questions do they have? What information do they need? Then I want you to think about your business. What are your products or your services? I want you to create a content plan with content pillars that tie what they need to what you want to accomplish. So they need information on A, you want them to buy B. So there needs to be a direct line from A to B. This is the person I'm trying to help, and I want you to really think about them and think about your favorite customer, your favorite client, the one who you wish they were all like this person. And I want you to really think about them when you're creating content, when you're thinking of ideas, like what exactly would they need? Because that, my friend, is going to help you create better content to provide more value and be more helpful. So start there. Who am I helping? What information do I want to have? And then be very strategic. How does it tie back to your business? I generally recommend that you choose 4 content pillars, 4 topic areas that you talk about on a regular basis, especially if you're creating weekly content, because then it makes it really easy for you and you make sure that you touch on all the different areas. So when you have 4, you then have one topic or one pillar that you address each week. Over the course of the month, you hit all of them. So break your business content down into 4 traffic pillars, 4 content pillars. So for me, mine are things like podcasting, website SEO or blog SEO, sometimes some online marketing tips, and sometimes email marketing or marketing strategy. So when you listen, you're going to learn. One week, we're going to talk about podcasts. The next week, we're going to talk about ChatGPT. The next week, we're going to talk about SEO. And the final week, we're probably going to talk about marketing strategy, entrepreneurship, etc. And I rotate through those topics because you are my listener. You are a small business owner. You're an entrepreneur. You're a coach, a course creator, a realtor. You are in these businesses. And so I know, and I think about you when I write my content, when I decide on my topics. So that's your first thing. Choose 4 topic areas, 4 pillars that you're going to write about that are going to help your ideal customer and tie back to your products or services. So full transparency, my content that's about Google or ChatGPT SEO, those tie back to simple SEO content, which is the course. My podcast topics tie back to simple podcast SEO, which is a course. And then my entrepreneurship, marketing, online marketing, strategy, those type topics tie back to the elite one-on-one private coaching. So each of those topic areas lend themselves to an area of the business, and you want to do the same thing. So make sure you're doing that. The next thing, once you've chosen those 4 areas, is to brainstorm some topics. So I like to do batching for me. It makes life easier. I don't have to address content on a regular basis. I go through and I come up with a bunch of ideas. I categorize them, and then I decide which ones I'm going to do. And I actually only plan content about twice a year. I have a master Excel spreadsheet that I use, and I keep all my topics, and I go through and I plan out generally about 6 months at a time. And then I go through in the summer and I do the same thing to get me from like June to December. What I do then, once I have all the ideas and I've laid them out, I can always move them around if I need. Then I start working on writing those blog posts. So creating those content ideas, just get them down onto a sheet, save them in whatever format you can. Make sure that you are labeling the file in a way that you can easily find it in your computer for the next time that you need it. I personally use a very simple, straightforward filing system. It's the same one I used in the corporate world, where I have a folder that is for content, and then a subfolder for the blog, and then a subfolder by quarter, and then in there, a subfolder by month. So I always know where I'm at. And then like my planning calendar is just in the blog subfolder, or could potentially be in the content subfolder, because that planning calendar actually supports the blog, the podcast, the email, etc. But having everything in one central location and being organized will help you be able to find it faster. So do your brainstorm, come up with some ideas. I want you to start with 4. I want you to try to work on 1 month at a time and just do a batch for 4 weeks, because that will allow you some additional time as you move forward. You'll be able to see how batching it can save you time. Next, I want you to choose your topics. So now you've got your brainstorm list. I want you to choose those 4 topics like we talked about. And I want you to do keyword research, choosing keywords that you will use for each of those blog posts. And remember, one keyword is your core keyword for Google. From an AI standpoint, ChatGPT, all of that, you're actually going to look at the phrases. You're going to look at keeping it conversational. You're not going to specifically worry about keywords for ChatGPT. It's more about being conversational. It's more about the formatting. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So really think about what somebody's searching for. Look for keywords where you have a good chance of ranking. Make sure that you're choosing ones where you are using the word that your ideal customer is using, so that you are able to be visible. You're able to get traffic to that blog post. And then if you have a podcast episode, ultimately that podcast episode as well, to really expand your reach online. Then we're going to format to make sure that we have a good chance of showing up in ChatGPT, Perplexity, etc. We really are trying to reach as many people as possible so that we can have the right people find us. So now you've chosen your content for the month. You've done some keyword research. You've figured out what keywords you can potentially rank for. You're going to use those to really adjust your concept and create the name or the angle for the blog post based on how you have the best chance of ranking. Now you're going to create content and you're going to write a blog post, and you want to be very helpful and very focused, and you want to provide value and really think about your ideal customer. What questions do they have? What information do they need to know? What insights do you need to include? And remember, you want to include your EEAT factors for Google. That's your experience, your expertise, your authority, and your trust, making sure that you're really truly showing that you are an expert at this. You know what you're talking about. You're helping. You've had experience. You've done these things in the past that will help you from a ranking standpoint. You want to make sure, if you are using AI tools to help you with this, which you can, I have AI tools I've created for my students that can help them really figure out their ideal customer, can help them with the brainstorming, can help them with the outlines for the blog posts. That part is absolutely fine. Do not have ChatGPT, Claude, whoever write your blog post for you and just publish it to your website. You're not going to succeed if you do that, because the reality of the situation is everything out of ChatGPT and out of our AI tools is not new. It's not net new information. It's all based on information that's already out there. It's also not unique. I'm sure you've started to see it. I know I have, where everybody's Facebook ads, emails, landing pages all start to sound the same because they're all using ChatGPT, and So it's like, oh, yeah, I've seen that before. The way that you can really stand out today is by having content that really comes from your heart that you have written. So use those tools to speed up the process, have them outline them, have them give you ideas as to what to include. If you're one of my students, use the custom GPTs that I've created for you because they are trained to help you, but do not have them write everything for you and just publish it. It will not work from a search visibility standpoint. You will not be rewarded. The next thing you want to do, now you've written, you've got your blog, your keyword, you've probably included your keyword in there. Now you want to do the optimization. You want to write the title tag and the meta description. You want to optimize the image file name. You want to make sure the URL includes the keyword, all the things that we talk about from a traditional Google SEO standpoint. If you don't know for sure what those are, get the beginner's guide to SEO. It's on the website at the freebies tab, etchedmarketing.com/freebies. You're also there going to find the beginner's guide to AI SEO. So ChatGPT SEO, grab that because that's going to walk you through the next part of this process, which is the formatting for AI. So we don't worry about keywords when it comes to AI. We focus more on the formatting and the conversational tone because AI search is more conversational. So we want to include conversational tone. We want to include key phrases. We want to make sure that we're just being very conversational in what we're writing now. We want to use questions that your audience might ask. We also want to make sure that we're really focusing on like one question per blog post. So it's the same concept we've had for Google for many years, is stay focused, one concept for each page, one keyword per page. It's the same type of thing now with AI, is one question per page. So it's going to all be the same content. You're going to optimize for SEO using your keyword, and then you're going to format, making sure you're conversational, making sure that you've used the questions that they might ask, and then making sure that it's easy to skim. You've got good header tags, put your keywords in those header tags. You've got bullet points. You've maybe got a TLDR type section at the top or a recap at the bottom with like a little summary. These are all things that AI likes. They're going to help you have a better chance of ranking. Then the last step is just to track, measure, and adjust. So rinse and repeat. Once you start doing this, then you're going to want to track the keywords that you're using in your blog post. You're going to want to put those into your keyword ranking tool so that you can see how they're working. Is your number getting smaller? Meaning, are you moving closer to position number 1? Then you're going to want to look in analytics and see, am I getting traffic? Is the page that is ranking getting more traffic? You're going to want to look at your leads and see, are people coming in? Are they opting in? Are they submitting contact forms? When I ask them how they found me, are they saying, oh, I found you on Google, I found you on ChatGPT? Like, look at that. Keep your reports on a monthly basis. You can't, as of today, see the AI visibility. However, the search tools are working on that. So in the future, you will be able to see AI visibility. I know Ubersuggest currently has a placeholder where they're building in an AI visibility report. So soon we will be able to see easily how it is that we are from a visibility standpoint, how we rank essentially in AI search. So that's coming. But as of today, September of 2025, we don't have that available to us quite yet. So what you're going to want to do is focus on this, create that great content, one new piece a week, optimize, choose a keyword, make sure it's super helpful, and then track your results. Adjust based on what you find. So if people really like X topic and you get lots of traffic and you generate leads and you make sales based on that, create more of that content. If you create a topic, you create a post and nobody engages with it, nobody spends any time, or you absolutely can't rank for that keyword, don't do it again. It's that simple. You really don't have to overthink this. SEO is not super technical. SEO, like I'm coming at you. I have a degree in journalism, okay? I do not code. I am not technical. I don't do any of that. I write, and yet I've done SEO for 15 years. You don't have to be technical to do this. Just follow my simple starter plan. It will help you be more visible on Google and ChatGPT. If you have a podcast, make sure you're listening to the podcast SEO episodes so you learn how to be more discoverable in the podcast apps. And then if you're ready to work with me, let's work together. You can reach out and check and see if there are any openings for one-on-one elite coaching clients. I'd love to help you do this one-on-one, you and I working together, or auditing your funnel, figuring out where your sales are coming from, getting your email opt-in launched, getting your nurture sequence, whatever it is you need help with. I've got almost 25 years of marketing experience plus an MBA. I can walk you through this, make it a lot easier for you. Or if you want to take the group program, Simple SEO Content will reopen for enrollment. It's no longer available at all times. It is an 8-week cohort. We are in the process right now. We will reopen for enrollment probably in January. So stay tuned. Make sure you're on my mailing list and you will have information. You'll be the first one to know when that is ready for enrollment in the winter months. All right, that's it for today. I know it's a little bit longer episode than normal, but it was really important to walk you through what you can do to get started today. That is it for today. I'll see you next week. Bye for now. That's all for today's episode of the Simple SEO Content Podcast. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you visit my website, etchedmarketing.com, and visit the freebies tab. Right there, you're going to find the SEO Content Quick Start Guide along with the free SEO class. So you'll have everything you need to know to get started with SEO and content marketing. Then do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind, if you would do a rating and a review of this podcast on your favorite platform, that would really help spread the message, and I do greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram at Etched Marketing Academy, and I will see you right back here next week.